Albrecht, founder and CEO of Bitbond, and as we just heard, so we're the first global lending platform for small business loans, and in order to do that, we use blockchain and machine learning technologies. Also, we are the first fully regulated financial services provider in the blockchain space in Germany. We've got our own BaFin license, which is quite unique still in this young space. So, on Bitbond, we've got two types of customers. We've got small business owners who need working capital financing, and we've got retail and institutional investors. And if we want to connect them on a global cross-border lending platform, payments via conventional means would be expensive and would take a long time to complete, like wire transfers or other remittance services. And therefore, we replace the SWIFT system, which typically powers the payments in the background, with the Bitcoin blockchain, because Bitcoins can be sent nearly instantaneously and at really low cost. And the technologies in the background, the users don't really see that, but that's what's actually making the business model economical, and that's what allows us to create such a global lending marketplace where cross-border borrowing and lending transactions can happen. So let's take a closer look at the product, at the borrower side first. So the borrowers are typically small business owners who operate an online shop. And this can be either via big e-commerce marketplaces like eBay, Amazon, Etsy, and others, or on their own platform using technologies like Shopify or WooCommerce or others. And they can get working capital financing of up to $25,000 at our platform. And then when the loan gets paid out, in the background, the payments are processed via the Bitcoin blockchain. But we have built interfaces so the users can actually withdraw the loan to their regular bank account and then don't need really to understand how the blockchain technology works in the background. The second innovation of Bitbond, besides this innovative form of payment processing, is the way we do credit scoring. At Bitbond, we use alternative data sources that banks, for example, typically would not use, which is also the reason why these types of borrowers are underserved by banks. Normally they are too small. Loans of $25,000 don't make a lot of sense for banks because it's too expensive to serve them. And at Bitbond, we use data that allows us to do credit scoring very efficiently. And this includes data of eBay shops, of Amazon shops. So they give us read access to their accounts, and we read that data and evaluate it with our proprietary machine learning algorithm. And that means actually we can approve these borrowers really fast. The time it takes from applying as a borrower until the loan gets paid out can be as fast as 30 minutes. And this is really revolutionary. There are not many other services where you can get a loan in such a short amount of time, and especially with global reach. So basically in any country of the world, we have access to the internet. Now, what does the product look like from the investor perspective? First of all, what kind of investors do we have? We have retail investors and institutional investors like asset managers or family offices, and they invest in the loans on Bitbond, and they typically do that in an automated way. We have a tool that's called Auto Invest, where you can define quantitative investment criteria of your investment strategy, and then this tool is building the portfolio for you. The target return on that investment is 10% per year, and that's something that's not so easy to get in today's interest rate environment with fixed income investments, and that's also the main motivation for investors to invest through Bitbond. Now, how do we make money with that? We take two types of fees. One is an origination fee from the borrower, and one is a loan servicing fee from the investor, and on average we make around about 2.5% of fee revenue on the loan volume that we originate. What have we originated so far? So far, we originated around 1,800 loans through Bitbond worth roughly $2 million. We've just recently received a big debt commitment, which means that this year we will fund loans worth roughly $5 million more. And therefore, right now, we're growing really fast. Just this quarter, we're growing around about 160% versus the previous quarter. And we've got already around about 100,000 users who signed up with Bitbond from over 120 countries, so it's a truly global platform. In terms of the team, we have a 12-person team, so we're still relatively lean, but we're actually proud of that because we're automating a lot of services. And besides me, there is our CFO, Moritz, who's also here today, and who'll be happily taking your questions, and our CTO, Jarek. And we also are very happy with the investors that we have. So among others, we have Point9 Capital, which was one of our first investors. And we've got a lot of experienced entrepreneurs who believe in our business model, like the Creditec founder and CEO, Alex Graupner-Müller, the Fiber CEO, and the CFO of Delivery Hero, and a few other business angels that are really active here in the startup scene. What does our roadmap look like? Our biggest milestone so far was to get the BaFin license and to get our first institutional investor on board. Both things happened roughly within the last 8 months. Now the big next step will be to bring out a next big real product innovation, which is we're planning to release a token on the Ethereum blockchain, which will let any kind of investor, both institutional and retail, invest directly into a diversified portfolio of loans, and that will be represented by that token. So you will not need to manage your portfolio, you will not need to manage repayments, but that will all happen in a smart contract by that token. And that is also something that does not exist yet today, and we're really looking forward to bring that innovation live. And then after that, roughly by the end of this year, we're planning to raise a Series A round of around about 5 million. And therefore, we're happy to talk to potential equity investors today, but also to potential debt investors that are looking for attractive fixed income investments that, in our view, is really hard to find elsewhere. Thank you very much.